Hello guys, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nurse Jima YouTube channel. To my returning subscriber, thank you for staying tuned. If you are new on this channel, please subscribe. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment, like and share my video if you found it interesting. Thank you. In today's video, I'll be talking on a topic: 10 years as a nurse in Nigeria. Yes, as a registered nurse in Nigeria. 5 mistakes made so far. 10 years as a nurse in Nigeria, 5 mistakes made so far. As a nurse in Nigeria, personally, one of the mistakes, big mistakes made so far is listening to advice and not researching on the advice that you are being given to. So far, practicing as a nurse in Nigeria for 10 years, one of the mistakes I made is listening to advice and not thinking it out loud if this advice could be followed or not. Back then, as a young grad, we heard of an advice like, it's not good to leave the country. If you leave the country, people are suffering over there. The workload is much. There is racism. So you have everything in Nigeria to stay back home to. So as a young grad then, listening to this advice and not able to think way beyond the advantages, the disadvantages that people do give of working abroad. So one of the mistakes I've made so far is listening to the advice and not researching deeply on this given advice behind things that are not necessary. There is difference between the needs and wants. You might want something or you might not necessarily need it. So buy unnecessary things that you yourself know that you could not afford. For instance, back then, you see colleagues buying gadgets, home appliances, furniture on an easy buy way, where they will be paying small. For instance, a phone, smartphone, that's supposed to be sold at the rate of, let's say, 50,000 or let's say 100,000 naira. So you buy on an easy buy, you pay small from your salary, and at the end of the day, when you sit down and calculate, you find out that you have paid times 2 of what the real price of the items is, which is not too good for your status as a young grad that is just merely working and just receiving. It is not all things that one should buy. It is not all things that one should buy. If it is not a necessity, that means such things can easily be moved out and buy the most important things that one could need. And if one plans to buy an expensive gadget, it is more preferable to save towards buying such items so as to not be running into loan. Okay, one of the other mistakes I've made so far is not to think of Japa from inception. Back then, as a young grad, we've been deceived by our top senior colleagues don't need to japa. You have everything you need to do in your home country. But what have we gained from it? First of all, we are not rich. Secondly, we hardly afford to have a living, comfortable living. Salary is so poor, poor remuneration, workload is higher, less value for the nurses in Nigeria. So, if I have thought of traveling out, who knows, might be one's current status will have been way more higher than this. So one of the mistakes I've made so far then is not to think of Japa from inception. Though it's not too late. Another thing is not investing from day one of earning. Had it been from the first year of working as a registered nurse in Nigeria, I have been planning toward investing, saving, real estate, and other things. Who knows what could have been the accumulated interest by now? So one of the mistakes made so far practicing as a nurse in 10 years is not investing from day one. And I will implore all of my professional colleagues to think of investing from day one of being a young grad. Starting my BNSC early after finishing from the College of Nursing. This is one of the mistakes that I've made. We all believe then that we should, or finish from college, we should just begin to work, have some money, set up families. But then that is not what everyone's need or want or desire to have at that moment. So at the being that, as I finished from College of Nursing, I have begun my Bachelor of Nursing and keep the pace. Who knows if one will have now be almost finished with MSc, Master's Science in Nursing. So one of the mistakes I made so far then is not to have enrolled for my Bachelor of Nursing Science. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think is the mistakes you've made so far practicing as a nurse in Nigeria, especially over the years of you working as a nurse. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel